Rel's Rants Reloaded. What's going on? I am D-Rel. First of all, can you like, subscribe, share the videos, look at the videos, give me feedback. I'm doing this on a shoestring budget. I got a cell phone, a light, a couple of cameras. I'm not the big George Lucas editor. I'm just making videos, trying to, give my take on things that I see. What we're going to talk about today is women going to different countries to have sex with men. It's always a discussion about men going to the Dominican Republic and men going to Brazil, but we have a lack of videos talking about what females do and the hypocrisy of the whole thing. Yes, females, white females, European females, Australian females, there's some videos out there, not that many, that are showing women going to other countries and paying for penis, paying to get fucked, paying to have sex with the indigenous population. This is the real reason, like Eddie Murphy said it years ago, when your wife says she's going on a girl's trip to Jamaica to fuck Dexter Strong, that's what she's going for. Especially hedonism, one and two, when they go into these adult all-inclusive resorts that are adult only, they are going to, when they go with their homegirls, this, that, and the third, they're not going to enjoy the culture. They're not going to sightsee. They're not going to make any YouTube content. They're going to get their backs blown out because pretty much either their man ain't doing the job or they just naturally freaks, which is nothing wrong with that. I'm saying this because on the flip side of the coin, when you talk about men and men going to different countries for legalized prostitution, it's a bad thing. It's a hypocrisy when you talk about that situation. Now we're going to flip it on the women because you have European women going to, and it's so funny because I see this when I'm in the Dominican Republic. I see it with white men. Yes, there are prostitutes in the Dominican Republic. People are going to the Dominican Republic to have sex with prostitutes. Wherever you go to your vacation for whatever purpose is your business, unless you fucking with children. In that case, you need to be beat to death in public. But I digress. But you know what? Let me get back to what I was saying. You will see Europeans with a whole bunch of dark-skinned, Afrocoid looking women. And it's like, wow, y'all don't, not all of y'all, but y'all don't really like African American men. Not in a sexual way, don't get me misconstrued. I'm just talking about in general. But you will go to different countries to have sex with the sweetest berry on the tree. Women do the same thing. I've seen videos of women going to Jamaica. And it's a video right now that I've seen. It's on YouTube. It's pretty up to date. It's about a woman. She was, I want to say she's a anchor lady. And she's on location. And she's really not going to get her back blown out. But she's testing the waters. And about 4 or 5 Jamaican dudes come around to her. They're like, yo, I'll take you to bed. Give me $200. So let's talk about why on one side of the spectrum is cool. On the second side, it's not. On one side of the spectrum, it's a big hypocrisy. It's like saying men are dogs, but you can't call women hoes. It's always going to be one-sided. When men do something, it's acceptable. When women do something, it's pretty much not acceptable. But the day and age that we live in right now, the excuse is sexual liberation, being free to do what you want to do. But then when you do stuff like that, the coin flips and then it turns the men into predators, people taking advantage, this, that, and the third. But when it comes to the females, all of a sudden, they are expanding their sexuality. They are sexually liberated, like I said before. And it takes all of their choices and puts them into a box that is acceptable. But when men do it, it's pretty much judged. And when they do it real discreet. And I have to give them kudos on that because when dudes do it, all of a sudden they want to post these stupid videos on YouTube on how to this and how to that, but they'll never do it while they're in the States. So before we wrap this up, I wanted to give y'all a list of the places that women go for sex tourism. And when they say they're going to these places, you should give them the people's eyebrow like, first, I would say cruises. Not all women, but a lot of women go on cruises to try to find a love boat. Just get that out there. The all girls cruise, because you never see a whole bunch of men going on cruises by themselves. Like, yeah, me and the fellas, we going on Royal Caribbean for 5 days. Now you never hear that. Women always want to go on cruises. Now your next level is the women that got their passports and want to, get you know, get a tune up. It's a whole bunch of countries too on this list. They got Southern Europe, Greece, Italy, Spain, Croatia. The main one for the women that don't have a lot of money but could, still frequent throughout the Caribbean. You got the Caribbean, Barbados, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica, Ecuador, Costa Rica. I know a couple of girls that go to Costa Rica, Morocco, Turkey, Nepal, Thailand, Indonesia, Fiji, and when you got the ones that are on the other side of the globe, then I see a lot like Australia. A lot of them go to Africa, Kenya, Gambia, and stuff like that. So, I know I'm going to put myself in a hot seat, and a whole bunch of people going to be in the comment section saying a whole bunch of stuff because they don't agree with it. But let's talk about let's talk about it. This is Rel's Rants. I'm D. Rel. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate y'all. Peace.